Hello, hello, everyone.
Hi, and welcome to the early about 25, 26 hours to launch of the limited
Oh
early access
my.
version. I think we are sure to rob something like 200 bugs in the last 3 days alone. Everyone is doing their best to stay focused on the launch. What else? What else can I
Probably
say? Just a lot.
the main question is, how do people get the early release version?
To get the
Limited,
limited
yeah.
early access version is a separate app on the Steam store. We will publish the link on the Discord server as well as on the game forum at spireofsorcery.com. And you will be able to go there, and it's just the usual Steam store page. So the original track, the same refund policy, a separate community hub with the discussions and everything. Also tomorrow, as we get ready for the launch, we currently plan to do a stream of about 3 hours as we will try to complete the main. And I think the challenge will be basically like this. Can we complete the main campaign within the 2-hour refund? If we can, that's the challenge.
Okay.
Or maybe not, I don't know. See, anyway, the game got a lot of updates in terms of visuals, texts. I think we managed to translate maybe 80% of the game into just some English. I'm not sure how relevant this is for you guys. So we're setting up right now all the forums to collect the feedback on, French and German, Japanese and Chinese and Korean and Russian versions. And what you will get tomorrow, those of you who will decide to get it, is a game with the mechanics that work, that has a main campaign that's finishable, and that has the events that are pretty fun, and there's enough of them. What we're gonna push every month from now on is more content, updates to the balance, updates to the user interface, as well as updates to more major. There's a lot of things that are not in the game that we have kind of almost finished, but we took them out of the game, so they're not destroying your player experience. And these things will be coming back as we balance them out. So, another 20, 30 events, another items, alchemic items, a different health system. It's just that right now we're taking a clean slate approach. And from the moment of the limited early access launch, we will be introducing one thing after another, as opposed to rushing things in from all the sides and then, oh my God. So today we wanted to basically show you how the game looks. If you follow the game, then you will reach a bunch of changes. And we'll try to play for 15, 20 minutes and to see where it takes. Mostly sending people around, showing you different encounters, events, and I don't know what else. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Let's play the game a little bit.
Yep.
There you go. This is our intro. I'm gonna skip it through. You can read it later on and see sort of the history, the lore, the main lore of our game. This is our little spire, and we will begin looking at our characters. So what has changed is that the image of our mage is a little bit more open. We opened up the hood a little bit so we can see his beautiful eyes. And we have our 3 starting disciples. So according to the lore, these are the people you ran away from the Guild of Mages with together. And one of them sacrificed himself dramatically while opening a portal for you to the wild that you live in right now. So we have Tequila here. And while stopping on the characters, we want to talk about their skills. So, and in the skills, you have the theory and you have the practice. You have a little bit of a bug here where you see the exclamation mark next to the skill practice. And so these mean that you need to level up in your theory or practice because the level of theory or practice will grow much slower if one of them is not as big as the other. But right now it's a little bit of a bug. The exclamation mark. And also with the skills, characters can either be neutral skill, for example, like this character is neutral to artificing, or they can like uh, or love a skill, like this character loves travel magic very much, adores even, yes, or a character can dislike a skill, like this character dislikes geology. Next we have Keela. She really doesn't like, she hates practical magic. And Quena, oh, Quena is pretty decent. She likes everything, not everything, but she likes her skills. We also want to pay attention to her health points. Her health points are correlated with her health stat, basically her magic energy and her stamina. Very for her, for health, for her to live, magic energy for her to use magic, basically, use spells, for example, and stamina is for doing any sort of task. Yeah, and also her personality. She's impatient, she's cautious, and observant. So these will play a big role when we're gonna go out and we're gonna encounter all sorts of events. So we'll see in a
The
minute
game
how.
means you
Yeah,
basically experience the game through game events, and in those
yeah,
events you have three types of checks. You get trait checks, determine the decisions that the characters, skill checks that determine whether or
yeah,
not your action has been successful, and you get stat checks that determine the scale of the concept. So
yeah.
you can negotiate with someone successfully, and they will give you. But the number of those gifts will be determined by the stat check on your career.
Yes. So let's send them on a quest. So as a reminder, in your suit, you'll see the current campaign objective, which is to locate the anomaly where you may find the librarian. So this is what we're gonna try to do today, but I doubt we will. But tomorrow we'll definitely, hopefully, try to finish the campaign and find the anomaly. So this character really adores traveling, so all the skill checks on travel magic will be uh, no problemo for Tequila. We'll send them to 3 different directions. So for equipment, I will make sure to give her a bedroll. Otherwise, she'll have very uncomfortable sleep, and her efficiency will drop. And when her efficiency drops, she will start failing skill checks and stat checks and all that jazz. So, or perform tasks worse. So we don't want that. We want to give her some bandages, so if she gets bleeding, she can help herself, and we can give her healer's mixture just in case she encounters some diseases and
The game
um,
has three main systems, main
yeah,
mechanics. It's alchemy that produces different potions.
yeah,
The use is pretty broad. You can use alchemy like a smoke bomb. You can use alchemy to restore your health. You can also use it to compensate for problems with sleep or problems with mood. Treat poisons. You also have artificing, which is responsible for all the. So that means from protective cloak to daggers to boots to bedrolls to whatever you want to. And then you get the split into different skills, including travel magic and social magic and battle. And there you learn different spells. And our approach is that we would like every challenge to be solvable through 3 different approaches. So you can solve through magic, solve through artificing, solve through something else. Basically, we don't like dead ends. We'd like to give you a number of options how you want to go through.
So another thing that is new is that you can see character efficiency while they're traveling. So you don't know what's going on with them, but you can guess if they're having a good time or no. So all three characters, they have green efficiencies. That means everything is going swell for them. So good for them. Yeah. And our mage can't get out of the spire, sadly. So one of our characters returned from the exploration quest. We have Keela. Keela used magic to relieve hunger. So food is important. Food is an addition to your life, basically. You don't have to have food to survive. You can use magic, just like Keela used just right now.
We used to have food. We used to have food as kind of a necessary, must-have mechanics, and that didn't. I mean, that resulted in experiences, but we didn't really, in the sense that instead of issues with magic and alchemy and artificing and advancing, you were pretty much busy for the first part of the game. You were busy surviving, and God forbid you, do not collect enough mushrooms or hunt meat or catch fish. And we moved from that. We transitioned the model where is the benefit. And if you can produce real food as opposed to magic spell of relieving hunger, then this gives you a benefit of restoring your stamina, increasing your mood, restoring your health, depending on the ration that you prepare. So we started very low on the in terms of giving. I think 2 months ago, giving a pretty brutal experience that was really challenging, hardcore. And then we realized that, you know what, maybe that's too hard, and we're not really doing ultra realistic life simulator where you have to restart and restart and restart. That's not really the game that we're.
Okay, so we have another character returned, and she found a corpse. Also, she's in a place called the Hills. So the hills are problematic because it's very rocky, so it's very easy to get some sort of damage, right? So this character doesn't have a very high travel skill, so she's failing the skill check a lot here. So she'll be getting a lot of health damage. So this is we have found a corpse. So this is where their trait checks are gonna play a role. Since she's cautious, she decides to ignore the corpse and move on. But here you can also see other things she could have chosen. She could have chosen to bury the corpse if she was impatient. She could have chosen to investigate if she was impatient. Or she could have chosen it to loot, but she wouldn't because of her traits. And let's move on. She keeps failing her skill checks while traveling. And this time, since she failed, we have to make a stat check of her health. Her health is pretty good. That's why she only gets dull pain. Maybe if her health was lower, she would get an even larger injury at this point. And here we already have an alchemical bottle to study, mixture of pain relief, that is available while you go through the quest, while you go through the events. You'll get all sorts of skills and all sorts of recipes to research, basically. So she discovered also Dwelling of Earl, which we might want to research as well, because sometimes when you meet an Earl, they can give you something. So there we go. This is the Dwelling of Earls. So, we can go hunting for Earls right now. Okay, we're not gonna do that. I found some caves, and caves are exciting. This is a mine, so let's see if we can get something from a mine. Let's send Keela there. So we just have some dull pain, but dull pain will go away after a while. The characters are able to heal them from this type of injuries with time, basically. So, as I mentioned before, our mage cannot leave the spire. They're cursed. So what they can do, they can all various things. They can research alchemy, artificing, etc. Right now, we have that new alchemical mixture revealed to us, so we can research the mixture of pain relief, for example. Let's do that. Let's research it and assign the hours, right? And we can the way that as you can see, there of each skill. So to rise your skill level, you can either do that. You can do that by gaining experience. So our mage can go out into the world and gain the experience while traveling. So what he can do, he can read books, for example. So if we want to level up in alchemy, we should read some alchemical books. And books, they don't last forever. So if a lot of people read it, it will start to get destroyed bit by bit. So the way you find books is that you find different kinds of ruins, and hopefully we'll get to ruins at some point in the game where there are different types of ruins where you can get different types of books as well. So Koina, her efficiency is, even though she has pain, her efficiency is high, so I'm gonna send her very see if she dies or no. So let's just give her a bedroll so she sleeps well, some bandages, just in case she's bleeding, a healer's mixture, and a backpack. Maybe she'll carry some. Okay, let's assign the quest. You can already see. There we go. So as you can see, we can see in our mages, on our mage's page, what he's doing in the day and how many hours do you want to spend doing these things. So the mage is researching, 19%, mixture of pain relief, and the mage is also reading about alchemy. So good. Right now, to check our inventory, we don't really have. So the way we get weapons is that either we collect them from events, from looting corpses or killing bandits, or you can craft your weapon using your craft skill. But for crafting, you need some materials. So for example, if we would like to craft a dagger, I would need some metal and I would need some crafting constructive material. And let's see here, do we have any metals near? No, we don't. We don't have any metal covered territory, sadly. Only precious metals. But we have some crafting materials nearby. We have some stone. What else do we have here? Yeah, basically we have some stone. So as ironic as it sounds, to make your dagger, you might need stone. So hopefully we'll get some new disciples coming as well. Do that actually. Oh, because of the camera, my magic is a bit in minus. I need to make sure I keep it at 0 plus so that our magic energy grows. You use your magic energy for many things. Right now, we use it to call new disciples to the Spire. We also use it for research, right? So magic energy is really important. And if it's at a minus, if we use more than we gain, then if our magic energy balance runs out, then the mage will start dying, basically. So this is how one way to lose a game is to deplete your magic storage and basically kill your mage like that. So I did it today, actually. Yeah, so we have 2 of our characters returning, and let's see. There you go. We have encountered a storm, but she's compassionate. I guess she seeks shelter, and she doesn't move through the storm. That's a very small thing to do. And since her travel skill is high, she finds shelter pretty easily. There you go. Then Stinging Ivy. She circumvents. There we go. It's a walk in the park for her because her travel skill is very high. So she walked through everything without a problem. Just overate a little bit. It used to be Magic Forge that they were casting, so now it's just relieving hunger with magic. There you go. And her efficiency is pretty neutral. But if you send them on quests alone, and if you, for example, leave the mage in their spire alone, they'll get lonely, even though they, even though the mage is eating a meal.
Well, the
Yeah,
whole
but
relationship system is probably something we're gonna 3 months from now, maybe 4 months from now. The characters right now in the game, they're already interactions. They're gonna have friendly conversation. They're gonna have a they can also get lonely if they don't have social interactions for a long time. What we plan to throw in is the system of friendships and animosity, where people will become friends, which will be a stronger affiliation that will also influence the mood. Friends are happy to go together on a trip, and people who are enemies are definitely not happy staying together behind or traveling together. As well as the system of loyalty, where a disciple that arrives to the spire carries certain dreams and hopes and aspirations. And if you do not really fulfill them, then that character, depending on, will not be happy about it. So imagine that someone aspire in the dreams of becoming proficient in battle magic, but do is just cook and cook and cook and wash and clean, and eventually after some time your loyalty go down and you'll say, you know what, I don't really like you, I don't really feel like I should risk my life for you. And so that will
yeah,
lead to different others, but that's like a few months from now. We definitely keep that in mind, and we definitely will make that system. It's just that prior to making that system, there's a bunch of other core mechanics that we want to fine tune and balance before we move to relationships, because relationships sitting on top of all that stuff already.
yeah. So let's see who comes back next. Yeah, I think we just sent this character to bring some gifts of nature so that we can cook. So for cooking, you can cook quite a few rations, and each ration gives you all sorts of bonuses. So as we mentioned before, you can just complete the game without probably cooking anything at all and be fine. But rations gives you, for example, even the primitive one, it'll give you energy +5. Or the fanciest ration, which is the restorative ration, it will heal your health points and increase magic energy +10. So rations is a pretty good thing to do. Pretty good thing to invest your time in, I suppose. Of course, depending on your gameplay, because we're trying to design this game so that you can play it and pass it in all sorts of. There isn't just one perfect way to pass this game. So our mage finally finished researching mixture of pain relief. So another little thing that has changed in this version is that we have little state icons next to our healing mixtures and creams and so on, so that you can clearly see, let's go hospital, you can clearly see what potion, what mixture does what. So this is against diseases, healing diseases. This one heals injuries, and this one is for pain relief, and this one is removing poison. There we go. So, oh, this character is calm, but you see that she's not very happy because she used a disfavorite skill. And it's because I've sent her to collect some herbs, some gifts of nature, and she doesn't like her body. So that's why she's not as happy as she, for example. But now she ate a tasty meal, so her mood's sort of yes. So we can go and I already sent the character to collect some stones, but hopefully we can do more traveling to the hills and maybe find some medals as well. We'll be able to make ourselves a dagger. Also, our some of the however, so bedroll, it's only 72% of its how can I say this life. Yeah. So and this backpack is 57. So at some point, these items will just disappear from your inventory, and you'll have to make more yourself. So yeah. Also, another new thing that we have in this build. Oh, we have a new character. They have some stuff. We need bedrolls, really great. And he has a coat, and he has books. Books are very valuable. Books are difficult to find because you can only find them in ruins right now. So yeah, let's see. Let's see where we'll go. We have a new character. History are a mystery to us at the moment, but it's okay. We'll reveal them bit by bit. And he absolutely loathes herbology. Ugh. He also dislikes geology, but he likes artificing. Okay, for now we'll keep him. We'll keep him in the spire. Maybe we'll send him to collect something as well, so that he's useful. Maybe gifts of nature. Oh, he hates. Yes, perfect. He loathes herbology. So we'll see what happens to his mood when we send him to collect all these gifts of nature. So without a sleeping bag as well. So good luck to him. So yeah, we see a character is rushing home, and another one, two of them are rushing back, and one of them is not very efficient. Let's see. Oh, we sent her to mine some stones. She mines some stones, but she doesn't like mineralogy. Yes, you can see that she had an uncomfortable sleep because it didn't give her a sleeping bag. She was lonely, exhausted, and she used that in favorite skill because she doesn't like geology. There we go. And our dude came back as well, and also with a very bad mood. This favorite skill a lot as well. And do we have a character? Yes, we have one character who is exploring and who came back. We'll see if we explore something. We got some slooks. Oh, we encountered a snake. Ooh, she's trying to ward off animals, but her astrology skill is low, fails. So let's see how bad is the damage. She failed an intelligence check as well, so -3 damage. And she also got poisoning because she failed her intelligence check, I suppose. She gets the carnivorous locust. Good for her. She also fails the skill check, but she succeeds stat check. So she only lost a bit of health because she could have gotten a disease actually from these bloodsuckers. Maybe some kind of a swamp fever or something, but she didn't. So good for her. There's a storm, and she's an idiot because she's impatient. So she moves forward, and of course she fails um, her travel magic skill check, but her health is pretty good, so she only loses 4 health, and she doesn't get a disease. Usually, when they fail a stat check, I've noticed they not only lose health but also get a disease as well. So more snakes, more losses. Oh, she's just. Oh, and she found the corpse, and she ignores us because she's cautious. So there we go. She's back, and she's just a little bit unhappy because she was lonely. Okay, let's wait for our last lady to come back and see if she discovers something interesting.
And let's probably try to wrap up this quest because we still have a long marathon tomorrow to do. Things we need to do tonight and then through the night.
Oh yes, it's all about right now. It's all about making sure that our mechanics work. It's all about fixing the bugs right now, and we have a lot of things to look into. But bit by bit, let's see. Our mage finished reading some books on alchemy. Good job, mage. And she's coming back. Slowly but steadily. Alright. Overeating with her magic. Let's see. Oh, she discovered ruins. So good for her, because in ruins you'll find new books. Then her... Oh, and that's it. She didn't really go through many adventures. Except for discovering ruins of what? Simply ruins. Some ruins are named by the type of knowledge you can find in them. So there you go. That wraps up our game for now. So as Sergey said, if you're interested to see us play through the whole campaign, like properly planning things out, because right now I wasn't really planning things out, exploring things. Yeah, but once you start planning, you really get into the game. So yeah, this game has an end, and we'll try to find the anomaly, and we'll try to the librarian. Yeah. So any final words?
We'll see. I mean, sort of an ongoing competition for the fastest speed run in Spire of Sorcery limited early access. How fast, without using the cheats, which reminds me that we should turn those off in tomorrow's room. How fast you can complete the campaign and find the librarian. That's I would think maybe should be somewhere around 2, 3, 4 hours. I don't really know. I mean, without using the cheat codes and everything, it'll take a while to build the assets. Oh, cool! We're back with the cameras. Cool. Yeah. All right. So see you guys tomorrow. If you're watching this live, or if you're watching this in the recording, then you can go to the Discord or the game's official forum, and there you will see the link for the limited early access if you're into this, starting tomorrow.
Yeah. So thanks for watching.
All right.
And see you next time.
Yeah. See you. Ciao, ciao.